Hold on. Before we begin the presentation, let's meet the team members. I'm Khamillia.
Hi, my name is Shafiqah.
And I am Aqil Ikhwandi.
Hi, I am Yunira.
Hi, I'm Ali.
Assalamualaikum and greetings to Madam Suhailati and to all our fellow classmates. Today we'll be presenting on value chain analysis and how it can be applied to our company, which is Starbucks. So firstly, what is value chain analysis? Value chain analysis is the process in which an organization identifies and also analyzes its primary and also its supporting entities that could add value to its final product or services, to cut costs and also to increase the sales. Okay, as you can see over here, this is the value chain model that was introduced by Michael Porter in the year 1985. Let's move on to the next slide. The value chain model that was introduced by Michael Porter is actually a very powerful tool that disaggregates a company into its strategically relevant activities that focuses on looking at the sources of the competitive advantage in the distribution channel, and sometimes it can be both. This value chain model forces the manager not to look at just activity as cost but also as a step that adds value to the finished product or services. And last but not least, the main purpose of actually having this value chain model is to increase the efficiency in the production so that they are able to give out the maximum value to the customers through its product or services with the least possible cost. I guess that's all for the introduction. Let's move on to the next slide.
Alright, thank you so much to Nur Khamillia for explaining the history and also giving us a brief introduction on the value chain analysis. Now let me invite you to look at the primary activities of the value chain analysis. So these are the activities that are directly involved in the production and selling of the actual products. So there are 5 activities which all cover the physical creation of the products, its sales and transfer to the buyer, as well as after sale assistance. So now let's move on to the first one, which is the inbound logistics. So the inbound logistics is where all the purchase inputs are taken care of. So the activities include the material handling, warehousing, inventory control, vehicle scheduling and return to suppliers. Now let's move on to the second one, which is operations. So operations include all activities associated with the transforming inputs into the final product form. So this includes all the activities including machining, packaging and assembly, testing or quality control, printing and facility operations. With that out of the way, let's move on to the third one, which is outbound logistics. Alright, for the outbound logistics, it is the processes involved in ensuring how the product reaches its customer. So this includes all the finished goods and warehousing, the material handling, delivery, vehicle operation, order processing, scheduling, and distribution. Alright, so for the fourth one, it will be the marketing and sales. So of course, a product will not be purchased at once when it is released to the market, right? So the company will need to have some marketing and sales activity. So with this includes all the activities of the seller trying to induce its target market to make a purchase of the product or services. So this includes all the advertising and promotion activities, sales force management, pricing and price quoting, channel selection and channel relations. Now moving on to the last one, which is the services. So these are the activities that aim to further enhance or maintain the value of the product after it has been sold or delivered. So this includes the installation and repair, training, parts supply, and product adjustments. So basically, those are the 5 primary activities of the value chain analysis. So now let's move on to the support activities, which will be presented by my friend Nur Yunira.
Thank you, Aqil, for the great explanation. Moving on to the next slide, which is support activities. So, what is support activities in value chain? Support activities are activities of value chain that either add value by themselves or add value through important relationship with both primary and other support activities. There are 4 main support activities, which include general administration, human resource management, procurement, and technology development, which I will further explain later. Firstly is the general administration. General administration, or also known as firm infrastructure, it relates to organizational structure, internal control system, and the culture of the company, such as general management, planning, finance, accounting, legal and government affairs, quality management, and lastly, information system. This administration typically support the entire value chain and not individual activities alone. General administration also one of the company support system to maintain business daily operation as well as the place for business decision to take place. Therefore, effective planning system should be considered to attain overall goals and objectives, so it will contribute to company's overall performance. Next is the management of human capital. It consists of activities involved in recruiting, hiring, training, development, and compensation of all types of personnel. These activities support both primary and support activities as well as the entire chain. The company's most valuable resources will be talented and skilled employees in the organization. Therefore, company need to consider effective recruiting, development, and retention mechanism. By having that, it can support the company to achieve growth faster as it deliver high quality and more engaged hiring, thus providing a competitive advantage to the company. The employees will look at several perspectives whether to stay in a company for a long run, which include rewards and incentive program to motivate them. Rewards and incentives are valuable to employees because they will feel appreciated for their hard work in the company. Thus, further motivate them to work harder for the best interest of the company. The third one is procurement. Procurement here refers to the entire purchasing related process of the company and not only purchasing inputs or raw materials. Basically, it is anything that involved with purchasing and sourcing. Example of purchase inputs include raw materials, supplies, and other consumable items as well as assets such as machinery, laboratory equipment, office equipment, and buildings. The factors to consider in the activity is the procurement of raw materials. Procurement is considered vital to the company. Therefore, they need to procure the best quality of material inputs and at the most competitive rates. Next is the development of collaborative win-win relationship with suppliers. In order for a company to find a competitively priced material, they need to find a reliable supplier. As supplier is the party where the firm going to work for a long period of time, they have to choose the best supplier that meet all the business requirements that can align with business effort together. With the relation, a firm can improve their supplier capabilities in terms of reliability, cost reduction, as well as reduce other risk factors. Lastly is the technology development. It is often associated with the development of new knowledge that is applied to the firm's operation. Every value activity embodies technology, be it know-how, procedure, or in the process equipment. There are a broad range of technologies used in the companies in an effort to improve the product and process. For example, McDonald's, who is known for the world's largest fast food restaurant chain, invested in touchscreen self-service kiosks to facilitate ordering and increase operational efficiency. Factors that to be considered in technology development is the effective research and development for process and product initiative. By having a development in both process and product, it will create a stream of innovative offerings that could be a competitive advantage for the company. That's all from me. I will pass this to the next presenter, Nurul Shafiqah.
Thank you, Nur Yunira. I am Shafiqah and I will proceed the presentation with the advantages of value chain analysis. There are 5 advantages of using value chain analysis. One of them is better product planning, research and development. It is because every employee focuses on each activities in order for the company to run smoothly. The second advantages of value chain analysis is standardized process. It is because the value chain analysis is a repeatable and measurable business process to better manage the product to ensure the customer expectation and commitments are met. By having this standard, reliable and repeatable process, it contributes significantly to reducing the overall operational inefficiency and waste. The third advantages of using value chain analysis is easy to diagnose point of ineffectiveness for corrective action. It is because value chain is a set of consequent process which it will make it easy for the manager or the employee to identify if there is any problem occur in each particular activities. Next, we move on to the fourth advantages of using value chain analysis, which is it can reduce costs. It is because this process substantially results in end-to-end cost saving from the streamlined process. The last advantages of using value chain analysis is obviously to improve the company's profitability. It is because by having this value chain analysis, the company can find the sources of competitive advantage for businesses that will lead the company to achieve their primary objective, which is to maximize the company's profit. I think that's all from me for the advantages of value chain analysis. I will pass the presentation to the next presenter, Muhammad Ali.
Thank you, Shafiqah. Now we will be diving deeper into the disadvantages of value chain analysis. There are quite a number of disadvantages associated with value chain analysis. First of all, use of value chain analysis might result the company to miss out on the broader perspective. This theory requires to focus more on the details. The broader strategic view can get lost. The main purpose of value chain analysis is to evaluate the company operation segment by segment to increase efficiency in each area. But chain analysis does a poor job of linking each activity in the chain together. Consequently, it's possible to lose sight of how the activities broadly interrelated. Value chain analysis also comes with difficulties involving in gathering data. It is not always easy to find appropriate information in order to break down the value chain, and it's not always easy to find appropriate information in order to break down the value chain down to primary and supporting activities. The business information structure itself also often not structured in a way to make it easy to get information for value chain analysis. It can take a lot of work to complete a value chain analysis for the company and for the competitors so that you can identify and understand the key difference and strategy drivers. Since the theory have a high flexibility, it also can become its own drawback. Value chain analysis is not a simple fit to just apply to the general theory due to its complex theory structure. The management need to have an extensive research and data collecting to construct the value chain for their own company. Furthermore, this theory is heavily oriented to a manufacturing business, and it can be quite a hassle to apply to other types of business. The value chain has also been adopted by supply chain and operation experts and therefore its strategic impact for understanding, analyzing, and creating competitive advantage has been reduced. Now, for the best part of the presentation, let us hear more from Khamillia.
Thank you, Muhammad Ali. Now we have come to the most exciting part of the presentation, where we apply the value chain analysis to the company that we have chosen, which is also my favorite, Starbucks. Without further ado, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so now we're going to touch on the primary activities first. One of the components in primary activity includes inbound logistic. I hope you guys still remember what inbound logistic is all about. So inbound logistic includes the activity of receiving, restoring, and disseminating inputs to the product. For Starbucks inbound logistic, they have appointed their own coffee buyers, and these people are responsible in selecting only the finest coffee beans from selected producers in Latin America, Asia, and also Africa. So the unroasted beans are then procured directly by these people and transported to their storage site. From there, the beans are then roasted and also packaged. This is where the add value happens, and these two activities help to increase their selling value. The beans are then sent to the distribution centers, and from there, some are even sent to company-owned and operated by other logistic companies. What makes Starbucks different from their competitors is that they do not outsource their procurement. They did this because they wanted to ensure that only the best and high quality standards are being set from selecting the coffee beans until it is packaged and sold to the customers. I guess that's why their coffee are always the best. Okay, moving on to the next component in the primary activity is operations. Starbucks has been operating in more than 80 markets and has over 32,000 stores globally. They are also the owner of several other brands such as Starbucks Coffee, Tivana, Seattle Best Coffee, and also Evolution Fresh retail locations. And in the US, they are only operating in the form of direct company-owned stores and licensing stores. There is no franchising in the US, as the coffee retailers prefer to have licensing as they have more control over the stores. But outside of the US, there is a possibility of having franchise. In the first half of 2020, Starbucks also reported that 81% of their net sales comes from the company-owned stores, while the rest comes from the licensed stores that they offer. I guess that's all from me. I shall now pass to the next presenter.
Alright, thank you so much Nur Khamillia for passing back the presentation back to me. Alright, so now let's move on to the next application on the outbound logistics. So actually, Starbucks usually have no intermediaries between itself and its customers, because the customers will usually come to the store, order their food, their drinks, and the baristas will prepare them and serve them directly. So there is no intermediaries between these two people, these two parties in this transaction. However, there are instances where the customers will use delivery services such as GrabFood, Uber Eats, or even Foodpanda, and much more depending on what is available in the country. So with that, this is actually the only one outbound logistics that involves between Starbucks and its customers. So with that, let's move on to the marketing and sales, which I promise you will be much more interesting than the outbound logistics. Alright, so of course, we all know Starbucks is very famous for this, which is being able to provide customizable drinks. Alright, so with that, Starbucks will be able to provide endless combinations and possibilities to make a drink for the customers. With that, the customers will always come back to Starbucks in order to try something new, whether it's just switching simple things like switching the full cream milk to soy milk to oat milk, and even change the number of shots. What flavors do you want? Caramel upside down? Do you want Java chip? Something like that. Alright, Next, we move on to the membership rewards. So if you're a Starbucks regular, you have the option to apply for a membership, and once you get the membership, there is a lot of rewards. Okay, you'll get special discounts for certain occasions, but you also get more rewards during your birthday month, and for every 200 points you get a free grande drink or a free lunch. Alright, so now we move on to the next one, which is the festive tumblers, and also includes the cups. Okay, so we all know Starbucks is quite famous for this also, because they always have really cute tumblers depending on the occasion, whether it's Halloween, Christmas. They always have something new, something exciting for the customers to come back and just buy their drinks. Lastly, they also have various campaigns to promote awareness or just to promote the customers, Starbucks visibility towards the customers, such as the Starbucks at home, and we also have the red cup art. So the red cup art is quite famous actually, because it is in conjunction with Christmas, and all their customers are able to draw and design the cups, and which one Starbucks like, they will post them on their own social media. So that is a great initiative to make the customers involved with Starbucks, so the customers feel more connected with Starbucks, and will have that sense of connection, and they must buy Starbucks. Yeah, something like that. Alright, so of course we all know that Starbucks, in the end of the day, they do not have aggressive advertisement, as in they do not pump out a lot of advertisements. As we can see, there's not a lot of Starbucks ads on television or on radio or even on social media. Okay, so they mostly use their marketing for the ones that I have mentioned just now: the drinks, the rewards, festive tumblers, various campaigns, and of course their premium coffee. Alright, so that is all from me. For the next part, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you again, Aqil, for the great explanation. Moving on to the last point of primary activity, which is service. From the perspective of Starbucks service, they are aiming to build customer loyalty through high level of in-store customer service. The brand also mentioned that their signature retail objective in its annual report, which is to be the leading retailer and brand of coffee in each of our target market, by selling the finest quality coffee and related products, and by providing each customer a unique Starbucks experience. From there, the company live up to its brand statement by providing the highest level of customer service. With the brand image of premium coffee, Starbucks also have a customer-friendly environment in its store, while people can relax and enjoy their time just like the third place between home and offices. Besides, Starbucks also invests in service training of barista to ensure that they provide a unique experience to each customer while making and serving their drinks. With the training and experience, the barista spends a lot of their time on measuring and improving how well they match their customers' speed expectation by delivering a custom beverage in a matter of minutes. Next, I will be explaining the support activities under General Administration. In terms of General Administration, Starbucks has been around in the industry for 5 decades, with its strong infrastructure that covers every department like finance, management, marketing, finance, legal, and so on. With the main corporate office located in Seattle, it also has several other regional corporate offices worldwide. Moreover, the company has the store manager on site to help oversee the pleasing in-store together with the great customer service that provided by dedicated employees in the green apron. That's all from me. I will pass this to the next presenter.
Thank you, Nur Yunira. I am Shafiqah, and I will proceed the presentation with another 2 support activities done by Starbucks. Another support activities that has been done by Starbucks is human resource management. Starbucks will be giving the employee benefit and incentive in order to motivate the employee to do their work. For example, Starbucks will give the health benefit to the permanent employee as well as to the part-time employee. Not only that, under the human resource management, Starbucks also provide training program for employee of a setting of work culture. For example, Starbucks will provide their employee with the Barista Basics training program in order for the employee to develop their skills. By having these two activities under the human resource management, Starbucks can add value to its company because there will be a well-managed employees and the employees turnover will be low. Now, let's move on to the next support activities, which is the technology development. So, under the technology development, I bet we all know that Starbucks is very well known for its technology in the coffee-related process. By having this technology, Starbucks can add value to its company because they can ensure the consistency in the taste and quality along with cost saving. With the advancement in the technology, Starbucks also provide their stores with the free and unlimited Wi-Fi. By having this free and unlimited Wi-Fi, Starbucks can attract their customer to come to their stores and enjoy their coffee. Starbucks also has launched several platforms where the customer can ask questions, give suggestions, openly express their opinion, and share their experience. By having this technology, it helps Starbucks to implement the feedback from their customer. Last but not least, under the technology development, Starbucks also has their own Starbucks application that can be accessed through mobile phone. This will help the customers to order their drinks online and they will get the notification when their drinks are ready. I think that's all from me and I will pass the presentation to the next presenter.
Once again, thank you Shafiqah for the wonderful speech. Now I will be explaining on the part procurement. It involves procuring the raw materials for the final product. It is integrated across various aspects of the supply chain. Porter identified procurement as one of the support activities. Many companies will secure broad terms, requirements, and standards for all their procurement dealings. However, procurement relationship varies widely. In this case, Starbucks handles all the procurement for its coffee beans, which it sees as one of the competitive advantages. The agent travels to every corner of the world to procure the best quality and the highest grade of raw materials to bring the finest goods to their customer. The agents establish strategic relationship and partnership with a supplier which is built after reconnaissance and communication about the company standards. This comes after the agent able to negotiate the cheapest price while procuring the best quality of materials. Starbucks also able to gain cost advantages due to high volume of procurement of materials. High quality standards are maintained with direct involvement of the company right from the base level of selecting the finest raw material, which is coffee beans in this case of Starbucks. Now, we have come to the conclusion for the value chain analysis. To summarize, the value chain analysis helps in identifying value-added activities and non-value-added activities. This will help the company to reduce operating costs, which lead to higher profit while maximizing the activities that allows the company to increase value of goods provided to the customers. With enough resources, the company will also be able to fully utilize the strength of the value chain analysis in analyzing the company operations and increasing the efficiency in every segment. By taking advantages of these powerful tools, it will allow the company in setting the path for more possible future gains and furthermore help in avoiding any deficit in the coming years. That is all from us. Thank you and have a nice day.